There are a lot of mysteries in the world of rap, but one of the biggest ones happens to be about whether the legendary and infamous rapper Tupac Shakur passed on September 13th, 1996. While there is evidence to say that this is 100% true, there are just as many rumors and conspiracy theories that say he most certainly isn't gone. I'm gonna break down the best ones for you, so be sure to give the video a like and subscribe to King Trending. Number 6. The Sevens Theory.
Grab your blocks when you see Tupac. Call the cops when you see Tupac.
Let's get one of the crazier theories out of the way. Alright, if you look hard enough at something, you'll eventually find some kind of crazy connection that supposedly means something, even though it's likely just a really odd coincidence. For Tupac's passing, that would be the Sevens Theory. You may be asking, what is that? Well, it's this odd theory that too many of the key details of the case have a connection to the number 7. For example, when he died on the 13th of September, he was actually shot on the 7th. Now, what was his age when he died? 25. Then if you include the 7th or the 13th date, if it was actually a week after he was shot that he died, 7 days. Plus, he was officially pronounced gone at 4:03 p.m. 4 plus 3 is 7, right? Oh, and if you want to throw in another convenient match, Tupac's birthday was on the 16th. 1 plus 6, 7. But the real question is, what does this all mean? What is this all connected to? How does the number 7 connect to Tupac other than all the coincidences? The truth is, we really don't know. That's why this one is, well, truly a conspiracy theory. It doesn't go anywhere. Even the ones who have pointed it out don't even know what it all means. Which is why I wanted to mention it first, because unlike the certain other theories that are out there about Tupac, this one is honestly just gibberish. Again, if you look hard enough in any situation that happens to involve numbers, you're gonna find a pattern. This is just like the doomsday people that find connections in the Bible. Now, if Tupac's favorite number was 7, or he used to wear the number 7 all the time, this might mean something. But I don't think he did either. Number 5. Tupac is in Malaysia. One of the most prevalent theories is that Tupac faked his own passing, used the media buzz around it to flee the country. Yet there are more than one conspiracy theory about where Tupac ended up. One of them comes from the son of the driver that Tupac had when he got shot, Suge Knight Jr. According to him, Tupac is alive and well in Malaysia.
Yo, my nigga Tupac, say what up, bro? Tupac!
And even provided photo proof of him and Tupac hanging out in Malaysia.
Say what up to him, Pop.
So why Malaysia? Well, it has to do with the reason for Tupac's passing. It was well known that Tupac was caught in a big feud with rappers from the East Coast and the West Coast. This was, in fact, the most dangerous feud in rap history, and it claimed many lives, including Tupac's friend and rap brother, Notorious Big.
Cause in a few we gon' do what we came to do, ain't that right, boo?
Who died a few years previously. Thus, Tupac faked his passing and fled the country, so that not only could he live his life in peace, but he wouldn't have to worry about his rivals coming out to get him, which in a sense makes total sense. The only problem with this theory is that the picture that is proof of Tupac's life has been debunked by Daily Express, as the photo was from a YouTube video in 2015 that said Tupac was in Cuba. But that raises a question. Why lie about where Tupac was if the photo is real? Simply, it's because, number 4, Tupac is in Cuba. At first, this may seem like another random country that a person would flee to for their lives. Not unlike Malaysia. But when you dig deeper into this particular conspiracy, you'll see that this is more than meets the eye. First off, one of Tupac's friends, a rapper named Tretch, was asked about where Tupac was and whether he was really gone. Tretch answered without blinking an eye. Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba, man. When was this question posted? 2010. 14 years after Tupac was gone. A simple joke or something more. But much like Malaysia, you have to ask the question, why to hide there? Well, that's something that is actually hard evidence. You see, Tupac has an aunt named Asada Shakur. She was a part of the Black Liberation Army and was charged with a felony, but her BLA members broke her out of jail and smuggled her into Cuba, where she is now under the law of political asylum. She's been there since 1984, 12 years before her nephew's passing. So if Tupac wanted to get out of the country, there's a good chance his aunt knew of a way to get him into Cuba without prying eyes, especially if those same eyes were focused on a passing and not a runaway. The Cuba theory is honestly one of the more persuasive conspiracy theories behind Tupac's passing, mainly because it honestly has evidence behind it, but what's more, there have been testimonies and pictures saying that Tupac is in Cuba, and one picture even had him at a bar with Sigur Rihanna, which proves that more people know that he's alive than we think, if the picture was true, and many think that it isn't. Still, it's a very compelling theory as to what happened to Tupac and why he went there, but it's not the only one. Number 3, the curious case of Suge Knight. The actual events surrounding the Tupac drive-by shooting are a bit sketchy, as there are conflicting evidence and testimony about what truly happened. A big reason for this is the lack of cooperation and proof about what happened to Suge Knight that night. You see, Suge Knight was the only person in the car car with Tupac before the drive-by shooting. In fact, Tupac, minutes before driving into what would be his passing, Tupac asked his bodyguard and his girlfriend to get out of the car that him and Suge were in, and to get into a separate vehicle. Now, why would he do that? Moving on, when the drive-by shooting took place, 14 bullets were fired into their car. Suge got hit by none of them. Think about that. Tupac and Suge Knight were sitting side by side, 14 bullets pierced through the car, and only Tupac got hit. Technically, one bullet did graze Suge Knight, but that's even more suspicious. How could only one bullet have hit him? But that goes even deeper than that. For when the police asked about the shooting, Suge was very evasive, refusing to answer questions. Granted, the relationships with the cops weren't strong back then, especially with rappers like Tupac and his crew. However, when it comes to his best friend getting shot, why would he have been so evasive? Yet, that's still not all. When it came to his belief in Tupac being gone, Suge Knight has definitely denied it, stating, "When I left the hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. I don't see how someone could turn from doing well to doing bad." As if it wasn't enough, after proclaiming that Tupac was alive in 2014, he was later shot multiple times. While he was alive, he was arrested by another drive-by incident. He was so confident in his claims that he went on a show featuring T.I.'s and said that he believes that Tupac is alive. It'd be hard to think that he was lying after saying so strong in his convictions for so long, but the fact of the matter is, not everyone is strong in their beliefs that Tupac is still alive, including another one of his friends, the legendary Snoop Dogg, where he said to Steve Harvey once, "My homeboy is resting in peace." Snoop added, "I know people still want him to be here, and they love him so much to where his legacy overwhelms everything. But you've got to understand, when God takes you home, he takes you home." Personally, I trust Snoop Dogg over Suge Knight, even if some of what happened can't be explained just yet. Speaking of which, number 2, where is the bulletproof vest? You often hear about rappers being the most violent singers around, and while much of that is bravoed, some of them actually back it up. As mentioned earlier, Tupac was part of a feud that claimed many lives, including his friend Notorious Big. But even more important than that, Tupac himself had been shot 2 years previously. Because of this, he became very paranoid about his health and safety. Not only did he hire bodyguards to ensure that he was protected, but he also wore a bulletproof vest. In fact, Tupac was very respected in his bulletproof vest, as it showed that he was no fool when it came to the danger that he was in. And yet on that night, when he got shot, the bulletproof vest was nowhere to be found. The easy answer is here. Well, he just forgot it. It happens. And it does happen, and we're sometimes forgetful. Except when it came to his vest, he never forgot it, especially when he had to go to places that were incredibly public and full of danger. On that particular night, he was going to a Mike Tyson fight. Given the time period, not only would that place be packed, but the security wouldn't be as tight as it would be now. Not to mention that he would have had to leave his car and walk to the arena, which is plenty of time to get shot. So there's no way that Tupac would willingly forget his vest when he had that much exposure. And yet, the vest wasn't found. Don't forget, Tupac also sent away his bodyguard before driving off with Suge Knight, in what would be his final ride alive. That's a lot of things that just don't add up. Which brings us to number 1, memorial. Here is arguably one of the biggest reasons that people think he's still alive. After he was declared gone, the very next day, he was cremated. A service was held soon after, and Suge Knight himself paid $3 million to ensure that no one could see Tupac's ashes or be allowed in without invitation, thus keeping the circle of silence rather complete. That can be excused due to the respect for the dead. The rest can't. You see on the report for cremation, the cremator listed Tupac as being taller and heavier than he actually was. Now, you can't forgive an inch or two of height, it's all relative, but the difference in weight was 53 pounds. That's quite a discrepancy. Furthermore, after the service, the cremator retired and has never been seen or heard from again. That's a really big coincidence. Furthermore, there was supposed to be a public viewing of the body that was meant to be used for fans to pay their tribute to the singer. It was canceled, so technically the only people who saw Tupac's body were Suge Knight and the cremator. Now that is quite a set of coincidences that can't be ignored. While there is a right to privacy at such things, the fact that this number of odd private things happened is really odd. A private ceremony, okay. A canceled public one that was literally canceled at the last minute? A badly done cremator report? Sure, why not at this point? The cremator doing the report disappearing the day after the ceremony? No matter how you look at it, it's pretty dang odd. And that's one of the main reasons that many people think that Tupac is still alive. So, what do you guys think of this breakdown of all the rumors and theories of Tupac being alive? Is he alive or is he gone? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on King Trending.
I had went to see him when he was still alive. I said a little prayer to him in his head.
I remember calling a Fanny and saying, "Faye, do I need to get on a plane right now?"
You know, he didn't have no consciousness, but I felt like my spirit and his spirit connected, and I felt like he got it.
Cooking in a restaurant. It was a sports bar, so there was a big TV screen, and we all just kind of watched it, just like, you know, just dazed.
She said, "Jada, he's gonna be okay." He was like a cat with like 9 lives.
You know, we went on to another party, and 20 minutes later, we heard Pac got shot.
Hey, just a reminder that we're changing up the giveaways. From now on, we're offering the Galaxy Note 9, the one that comes with the exclusive Fortnite skin, the new iPhone X Max, which we'll pre-order for you, and the new Apple Watch Series 4, which we'll also pre-order for you. The winner gets to decide between these three. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, drop a like, and comment the hidden message in the video for a chance to win. You got nothing to lose. Go for it.